What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video, reacting to Understanding the Broken Business of Spotify by MBA Maven. So what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to Understanding the Broken Business of Spotify by MBA Maven. If you have not already, please go and subscribe to MBA Maven. And also, on the original link, which I have included in the description, on the original video, please go and give the original video a like. And don't forget, on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next. Now, let us get into it.
Few other companies have revolutionized an industry as radically as Spotify has revolutionized the music industry. Instead of paying to download each song we want to listen to, Spotify lets us pay a monthly fee to access a virtually unlimited number of songs. Similar streaming services existed prior to Spotify, but they limited the number of songs you could listen to each month. What made Spotify the undisputed king of music streaming is that it completely removed this cap and made it possible for people to listen to as many songs as they wanted. And this strategy worked. The service has over 574 million monthly active users. Of those, 236 million are premium users paying a monthly fee. And this is translated into billions in revenue. In 2023, Spotify reported revenue of over 13.2 billion euros. As we can see, their revenue has consistently grown over the past few years. Despite all of this, Spotify has a problem. As this graph shows, Spotify has never made a profit. In 2023, the company reported a net loss of over 532 million euros.
Here's the thing. Being an artist myself that has music up on Spotify, I know that I get about a whopping quarter of a penny per stream. So if the artist isn't making the money and Spotify isn't making the money, who's making the money? This is why we're watching this video. I need to be educated on this as well. Seriously.
So, how come Spotify keeps losing money? Well, the problem starts with Spotify's fundamental business model. Let's take a deeper look. Spotify's business model is quite simple. They generate revenue primarily from two sources: monthly paying users, which account for the majority of their revenue, and ads on ad-supported subscriptions. Every time a song is streamed, Spotify pays a small fee to the artist or the record company. As of right now, Spotify pays somewhere between 0.3 cents to 0.5 cents for each stream, and this model of paying for each stream is largely responsible for Spotify's negative net income. This is Spotify's income statement for 2023. Look at the cost of goods line item. This line item represents the total amount paid to artists and record companies. As we can see, the company paid out over 9.8 billion euros in streaming fees. This means that for each euro in revenue, the company pays 75 cents to the music rights holders. This leaves only 25 cents for Spotify to pay for other costs like staffing, marketing, content hosting, design, legal, and more, which is obviously not enough. Now that we are...
Really? Okay, like I said, this is part of the reason that I'm here doing this video as well too. I need to be educated in this as well too. Even though I am a musician that has music up on Spotify and other streaming platforms, I'm going to be honest with you, I have not completely dove in to exactly where the money's going and all that. I've done a little bit of reading up on it. It is very convoluted, but okay. Maybe that's part of the reason that the CEO put his foot in his mouth in a big way. You know what I'm talking about, saying the cost of making content is nothing. Oh, really, dude? Yikes. No.
To understand why Spotify keeps losing money, let's examine some possible solutions and evaluate whether they would work. The first and perhaps most obvious solution is just to lower the royalties it pays out. Spotify is the leader when it comes to music streaming, so why doesn't the company use this power to force artists and
Just want to keep it on pause for a little while so that everybody can really get a good look at that chart. So Apple is second. 10-cent music? Yeah. Amazon's up there. Amazon is above YouTube. See, I wonder where platforms like Deezer, I think it's Deezer that has, high def streaming, but, obviously that falls under the other, but really YouTube Music is the bottom, and Amazon Music is even above YouTube Music. That's got to be the free version of Amazon Music that everybody gets with Amazon Prime account, I'm guessing, which kind of really skews those numbers because the whole nature of, hey, you get this for free. But yeah, wow. Yeah, Spotify is the giant by a decent chunk, as you can see.
record companies to accept lower royalty fees. The problem with this idea is that the companies to whom Spotify pays royalties are also very powerful. See, the music record industry is an oligopoly made up of 3 large companies: Sony Music, Warner Music Group, and Universal Music Group, control of over 70% of the music recording industry. Artists sign the rights of their music to these companies in exchange for marketing, promotion, and distribution help, meaning that it is these companies that Spotify pays royalties to. And these 3 companies furiously fight a possible decrease in royalty fees and even threaten to remove their music catalogs from Spotify if this decrease is to happen. Having just one of these companies pull their content out of Spotify would be catastrophic for the company. Let's take an example where Universal Music Group is unhappy with the fees Spotify pays and decides to stop licensing its content to Spotify. Music by major artists like Taylor Swift, Drake, Adele, The Weeknd, and many more would no longer be available to stream on Spotify. Overall, Spotify would lose the rights to the entire catalogue of 4 million songs owned by Universal. This in turn would mean that a huge number of Spotify users would stop using the service and would opt to use one of Spotify's competitors. As this example illustrates, music companies have enormous power over the streaming industry, which makes it difficult for Spotify to negotiate lower royalty fees. Another possible solution for Spotify would be to increase their prices. Based on 2023 numbers, Spotify would turn an operating profit if its revenue grew by just
This video is only about 2 months old, and I think they did at about the time of the release of this video. Yeah, because this video is about, like I said, roughly 2 months old. Let me double check that, but yep, 2 months old. And because I actually pay for Spotify, and I think just recently, I don't know if it was 2 months ago or a little bit before that, old man memory, the price did go up a little bit. Hey, what do you expect for an all-you-can-eat buffet of literally almost all of the music in the world from all the major artists in the world?
Just 20%. So why doesn't Spotify just increase its subscription price by 20%? Well, this is also difficult to do considering the competitive landscape of the music streaming industry. The music streaming industry has become quite crowded. Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and 10-cent Music are some of the other big players in the industry. Despite this, the industry is all very homogeneous. All streaming services have access to all music catalogs. It does not matter whether you use Apple Music or Spotify, you can listen to any song you want with either service. This means that each streaming player offers the same identical service to the other players in the industry. And this is the reason why all these services are priced identically. Since there is no differentiation between these services, customers are quite price sensitive. So if Spotify were to increase its subscription price, customers would simply move to another, cheaper streaming service. In fact, out of all these major players in the industry, Spotify is perhaps in the worst position for a price increase. See, Apple Music and Amazon Music are services provided by already profitable companies, meaning that Apple and Amazon can afford to lose money on this service as long as it means that more people are using the Apple or Amazon ecosystem. Additionally, these companies are using music streaming to push their service bundles, which might be more profitable.
Everything's a
Apple
bundle.
One is a subscription service that allows users to bundle up to 6 Apple subscriptions: Apple Music, Apple Fitness, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, Apple News Plus, and iCloud Plus. So Apple has combined services that lose money with services that make money to offer a bundle that ideally should generate profits.
The exact same thing with Amazon. See, I never once in my life subscribed to any sort of television service, not even cable television. I'm old enough that that was a thing, for me. All the young people watching that, streaming services, yes, there was a thing, cable TV. I always subscribed to high-speed internet, and I would always, rent whatever movies that I wanted or anything like that. But I got Amazon Prime because the fair amount of shopping that I do for Amazon products for this channel and a bunch of other things. And you automatically get Amazon Prime TV or whatever, the Amazon Prime streaming service. And you automatically get a free version of the Amazon Music. It's a limited edition one. So, but they do that to package everything together to make each one of those platforms seem a lot bigger. They're kind of almost cheating by making themselves seem like they're one of the big ones, when I think most of those numbers are from the free account that you get when you pay for Amazon Prime. You get Prime Video as well as the free shipping on, things that are available through Amazon Prime. But yeah, that's the exact same thing is what I'm sure they're going to say about Amazon in 2 seconds.
The same goes for Amazon, which offers a Prime bundle that combines Amazon Music with Prime Delivery, Prime Video, Prime Gaming, and more. Spotify increasing its subscription price would benefit these companies the most because it would mean that more people stop using Spotify and sign up for another streaming service like Apple Music. These new users would be more exposed to the Apple ecosystem, making them a target for Apple to promote its bundles or even its hardware like the iPhone and the MacBook. As we can see, decreasing costs through lowering royalty fees or increasing revenue by charging higher prices are deeply flawed solutions. This leaves Spotify with one other possible solution: expanding into new markets, and this is exactly what the company is trying to do. Spotify's CEO recently claimed that the company is trying to become the largest audio company, spanning audiobooks, education, sports, and news. And Spotify has already taken its first steps towards this vision. The company has spent more than $1 billion to build a podcasting empire, making deals with Kim Kardashian, the Obamas, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and Joe Rogan. Part of the company's ambitions in podcasting is to make money from its own shows and expand its advertising revenue by selling ads across other networks and publishers' shows. Spotify has invested heavily in its ad business, including developing technology to insert ads via streaming, which
That is true. I never really thought of it. Of all the streaming giants, Spotify is one of the only ones that doesn't have its hand in any other baskets. It's got all of its eggs in one basket. As we've seen with Apple, multiple different subscriptions that you can get there. But and the same thing with, the Amazon. You get everything underneath Prime. With Spotify, you get Spotify. And just like they're saying, they have the exact same database of music. So yeah, it does make sense that they have to really diversify like this. I never really thought about it. This was quite eye-opening.
allows it to more precisely track ad impressions and other data, and creating its own ad marketplace, which allows advertisers to buy spots targeting audiences rather than on specific shows. But whether this strategy will work remains to be seen. As of this writing, Spotify's podcasting strategy has become somewhat chaotic. Some of their big names have already stopped working with Spotify. And when we look at the company's financials, they suggest that podcasts might not have turned out to be as profitable as the company expected. As we can see, Spotify is in a very tough position within its industry. On the one hand, the powerful music record companies are eating away at their profitability, and on the other hand, competitors are stagnating Spotify's revenue growth. And it will be interesting to see how the company navigates this fragile situation in the future.
All right. That was reacting to Understanding the Broken Business of Spotify by MBA Maven. All right. So if you haven't already, go and give MBA Maven a sub and go to the description in the video of the original video. I got a link there for it. And give the original video a like. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.